Hi, macroeconomic scholars. I do believe this is my last check-in of the term, so just wanted to give you some notes about grades and also about your peer evaluations and your submissions for the final. So I've made some major adjustments to grades. It's the last adjustment that I'll make for the term, but please be sure to check your grades for consistency and let me know as soon as possible, definitely before midnight tomorrow, if there are any changes. After midnight tomorrow, there's not room for changes, so please make sure you take a look at things. One thing that I've done is if you had any empty grades for assignments in Connect that you did not attempt, they're zeros now. That would not have automatically happened. This is just me going in and cleaning up the grade book and making sure that nothing's blank. If you submitted the bonus quiz, I manually replace your lowest quiz grade. So you have 3 quizzes total, but the bonus quiz does not count towards your course average. So I literally went into every person who took the quiz, took that grade if it was higher than your lowest quiz grade, and replaced it manually. There are notes inside of the Canvas gradebook where I've done so on those specific assignments, but you can always email me if you're curious about the changes that I made because you can't see them. Now, regardless of whether you submitted the bonus exam or not, I compared that score to your 4 exam grades with all the extra credit points from the study guides included, and I dropped the lowest 2. Now, this is a deviation from a previous announcement that I made, I think back in April, but I am actually keeping 3 exams. That is what is in the syllabus, but it's out of 5 instead of 4. That way, I saw that everyone saw an increase. Every student saw an increase to their exam average, and that was what I was going for with this adjustment. That means that the bonus exam is a 0 in the gradebook if you did not submit it, but seeing that I am dropping 2 exam grades, it's not being counted against you. So that was intentional. The biggest gains from this gradebook adjustment went to people who improved the most in their test taking over the term. So if you started out with really low grades and ended up with really high grades, or even vice versa, if there was a big gap between your exam scores, then you saw a really big gain in your overall course average as a result of my adjustments. So let me know if you have any questions about that. The last part of my announcement is about peer evaluations. Thank you everyone for submitting your peer evaluations. That is part of your grade. If you did not upload a draft of your paper, or alternatively a draft of your website, then you will receive a 0. So let me know if there's something going on there that we need to discuss. Now, you are to use the rubric in order to record a video or write up your evaluation that you have received that has been assigned to you by the Canvas system. Provide constructive criticism and just go through that rubric line by line. Here's GDP, here's what could be improved, here's great. Your MLA citations are tertiary, they could be primary, here are some suggestions. Everything that's on the rubric you're responsible for evaluating either in video form, audio form, or written up. Failure to make your website, if you are submitting the website option accessible, will result in a 0 grade. So you'll see that I have made an update to the peer evaluation page in Canvas, and I have really specific instructions on how to make your website viewable. Publish it, get the URL with the shareable link, and make sure that that URL is available to anyone who has the link. If your website, if that's what you're submitting, if your website is not accessible to the evaluator or to me, you will get a 0. Make sure that your website is accessible. If you are an evaluator who receives a website to review and you can't evaluate it, email me ASAP, please. I'll reach out, I'll try to fix things through communication and make sure that everything goes smoothly, because both your evaluation and the final draft of your final is due tomorrow by noon. No exceptions. By the way, any changes to your grades, if you don't see anything for consistency, if you see anything that's inconsistent, let me know so I can also change them, and that deadline is also tomorrow by noon. All right, so I think that those are all of my announcements. Please be sure to visit Canvas and make sure that you look at the updates on the peer evaluation page. Email me if you receive a submission that is a website that you cannot access, and let me know if you have any questions. All right, so Everything that happens between now and the end of the term is completely up to you. So please take into account the constructive criticism that you are offering to your classmates and also that which you are receiving. This is a way that we are building each other using best practices so that everybody ends up better off. Good luck, scholars, and take care.